Hold on. I'm going to cue you in just a moment. They are heading up. I'm going to be right here so I can see them, and then I'm going to take you to you.
Yeah, that's somebody in sandals and no.
There's so many with sandals.
Yeah, actually, Tim Miller has sandals and
Thank you, everyone, for joining us in this warm, lovely, dry weather we are having today. Oh. We're going to start again, guys. Just walk through the rain one more time, please. I do want to let all of you know while we were unable to provide paper copies due to our state safety standards, we do have a digital program for anyone who wants to view it. To view it, you go to our website, bartcharter.org, and then there is a tab, News and Events, Graduation Event, and right in there you have the 2021 graduation program where you are all welcome to follow along through today's commencement ceremonies. Thank you, and at this time I'm going to introduce BART's Executive Director, Dr. Jay White.
Hello, everybody. I'd like to welcome you, ladies and gentlemen, students, parents and other family members, teachers and staff members, trustees, our local politicians and civic leaders, and friends of the school. Welcome to the 2021 graduation exercises of Berkshire Arts and Technology Charter Public School. And at this time, I'd like to introduce Diego Mong, who is going to play for us the national anthem. My first message actually isn't to the graduates or soon-to-be graduates. It's actually to the families. Actually to the families and all of the supporters here for our students. While the mission of BART is a special and important one, today is an extraordinary one in the history of our BART community. We're concentrated today on your children, but now I want to say thank you to you for what you've done to get your children here today, to get them through life, and for entrusting them and their education to us at BART. Thank you very much, and I think the families and supporters deserve a round of applause from all of the others. And now to our seniors. Whew, this age, this is an historic one. History is a steady, uninterruptible accumulation of happenings and events and activities, be they tiny and contained in one person's life, or titanic and infecting all of a civilization. But sometimes history is punctuated by an event that touches every single human, and now is one of those events. Now is one of those times that contains and holds us all. And now, in the midst of unfolding and enveloping history, we at BART are readying to release into the world a new generation of thinkers and protectors and leaders. You, our 2021 graduates, are those individuals, and we are here today to celebrate you. In the rain and the chill, we are undaunted in our joy. I know that in a sense, today feels like one of an ending, but ever the optimist, I see today as a beginning, one where we reflect only a little, yet stare firmly and confidently forward and into the future. We are here for you, our graduating seniors. We're here to bask in your promise, and we are here to begin to imagine with you the world that you're going to build. Oh, the planet, it already exists. Continents roam, oceans tumble, and the atmosphere pulls and pushes breezes. Boundaries are in place, some porous, some mere lines of rivers or mountain ranges. Cultures, they are in place too. But seniors, seeing all of this and how borders and cultures can be seemingly swept over by something like a virus, I'd ask you not to despair. Now is the time for you to be strong and to be steadfast and to be gritty in the ways that you have been practicing for the last years at BART. You see that your history and your view of history and of the whole earth is different from that of all of the rest of us. It's a view that will give you insight and emotion into how to push those boundaries, how you influence and change those cultures, and how you make the world what you think we need. Your vantage as you sight the world is one that may give you some anxiety. You may be feeling it right now. It may soon even make you miss the surety and the demands and the love that you feel at BART. But take that view of the world that you want. Turn that anxiety and fear that you're feeling right now and use them to harness an imagination to fashioning the world that you know we need. Seniors, for the last years, you've made BART your waking home by way of classes and assignments, by performances and projects, by field trips, by walks along the rail trail, by essays read and written, by art created and mathematics discovered, by masks and social distancing and innumerable Zoom chamber visits and gallons of hand sanitizer. You've grown, you've matured, and you've refined yourselves. BART has provided you the environment for that growth. Your teachers and families and classmates have provided the encouragement and support. And now, we're just looking to see what that world you're going to build is going to be. for you, but for all of us. We who will remain after you're gone from this marvelous school, we wish you strength, and we wish you joy, and we wish you kindness. We bear the memory of you and all that you accomplished here, and some of those handprints that you've left too. And you bear the unmistakable and indelible mark of BART. Be well, be good, and be strong. We see promise in you, and we as a civilization, we need you. We're eager to live alongside you in that world that you're going to build. Seniors, congratulations for being here today. I look forward to the rest of the program, but right now, let's all give a round of applause for our soon-to-be graduates. And now for our first moment of senior reflections, I would like to welcome to the podium Senior Marco Iwazika.
Cold day, huh? So, thank you, Dr. White. God, I love this school. I would like to preface my speech by stating that this speech is not ordinary, but neither is our graduating class. Thousands of schools across the country have graduation ceremonies around this time of the year, each of them marking the rite of passage that is earning our diplomas. Some schools are made of brick, some are made of concrete. Others might be small, some might be large. That is just the building, though. Schools have unique students and teachers as well, whether they be creative or ingenuitive, smart or wise, or just plain unique. If it has yet to stick out like a sore thumb, my point is that every school in the nation is distinct in nature. Although this tassel can be annoying, let's not forget that we are extremely unique, because we are BART. There is no other school out there that can replicate what we are here. There is no other school out there with the name of the Simpsons family boy. As a collective, we've endured a lot of pain over the last year, whether it be physical from the virus or mental from loneliness. Despite this, the fact that we are all here today speaks to our collective resilience and bond that we have formed over the years. It's a bond that has been built over hundreds of classes and class trips. We've all been in Ms. Chokova's history class to discuss current events, Mr. Krasanik's fitness class to hike the forest near Russell Field, and spent hours with Miss Bouchard, Miss Maselli, and Miss Merrigan applying to and choosing colleges. These are just a few of the experiences that we've spent together through learning. But lest we not forget that we've been together during trips such as our journey to New York City. We were the first senior class to go on the Staten Island Ferry, an experience that we all loved. Remember Chelsea Market? That has been one of the wildest places we've been to as a class. Tons of unique and foreign stores, full of stuff you never find around here. And let's not forget the hotel rooms. That was a time to wind down and relax, but one of the rooms decided to make an entire film during that time. Sure, the purpose of visiting the greatest city in the world is to explore famous colleges there, but let's be totally honest, the purpose of visiting NYC is really to bond as a group and have fun in the Big Apple. This might be said the same of the Boston trip, but unfortunately COVID-19 prevented us from doing so. And if it were not blatantly obvious that we are living through a pandemic, the face masks, social distancing, and other unordinary protocols would be quick to suggest otherwise. It is emblematic of the fact that we live in a time which has forced us all to sacrifice either a lot or a little for our survival and well-being. Despite the challenges we have faced, today we all sit here together one last time. Through dozens of student transfers, new challenges and events, we are not just graduates, we are the champions. A lot of us may remember back when the pandemic began to greatly affect our lives here. We were told we'd be out for 2 weeks. Who doesn't like a surprise vacation? That was at least the mentality I had when this all began. I very much believe we'd be back in the school in a short amount of time. But then 2 weeks turned into a month, and a month turned into a year. Throughout all that time, I began to slowly get more and more burnt out of remote learning, a replacement for the then benched in-person learning. I had many realizations during this time, many of which have helped me carve a path towards a concrete future. But the most important realization was how valuable our time here at BART really is. Face it, we've all had a negative attitude towards school, and that's just reality. Every student across the country will develop this mentality, either for a long time or a short time. At the end of the day, though, I think we all have admiration and respect not just for this school, but for its community as well. To break off from the script a little bit, despite this still being on the script, I think it would be nice to highlight some accomplishments that we as a collective have all done. There's one problem with this, though. We have accomplished a lot as a group. You cannot fit that in a single speech. So I'm absolutely going to miss some of the amazing stuff we've done. For one, many of us have been on the honor roll, and much less the high honor roll, for the first time here. And I would consider this a fantastic accomplishment. We've all participated in groups such as Science Olympiad, quiz teams, student ambassadors, and student council. Some of us have been featured in art galleries, and others participated in community service. One of us has also broken a window, but we don't talk about that. My point being with all of this is that we've done great and honorable things as a collective, and that's what makes BART, well, BART. We're a school of dreamers, a school of activists, creatives, jokesters, inspirations, and most importantly, good and truthful humans. This is a group of amazing, creative, and fascinating people. Many times throughout my time here at BART, I questioned whether or not I should transfer to another school. But in the end, despite programs, different buildings, I stayed here for the community. We're all going off to college soon, and some of us may have a different path ahead as well. But the fact remains true, we've affected each other one way or another, hopefully for the better. I'm thankful for the experiences I've had here, because nothing in the world could replace them. And here we are, at the end of the road. The end of an extremely long road. A road that has demanded mileage and time to travel. But we made it. Thank you all for the memories and great times. I can't imagine my life being the same without this wonderful group of people, and most importantly, this school. Thank you, and God bless. And now, I would like to welcome another graduating senior for our Teacher Appreciation Ceremony. Please welcome to the stage, Kayla Saunders.
Friends, family, faculty, we ask that you join us. In acknowledgement for the dedication you have put forth in our time at BART. At this time, will all past and present faculty please rise? Please give them a round of applause. Please be seated. You guys are good. Yeah. Within the next few moments, my peers and I will hand flowers out to BART faculty. Each student will bring one single flower to a faculty member that has made the largest impact on them. Whether they gave us extra support on an assignment or made us laugh in class to brighten the mood, they always seemed to be there for us and knew exactly what we needed at that moment. BART has always been our second home. Through our ups and downs, we could always rely on our teachers for support. Mom, I'm sorry. This ceremony represents our deep appreciation and love for our teachers in a way that we may not always get to share. Please know that these flowers will always signify the class of 2021. We ask the following teachers please come forward: Bergen, Bouchard, Calderera, Chilikova, Shakat, Eric Trumbull, Farley, Klein, Launch, Marr, Oken, Prouty, Stack. Seniors, please rise. The appreciation ceremony will now begin.
At this time, we'd like to welcome Senior Cameron Langsdale to the podium for senior reflection.
How are you? Good. That's for anybody to answer. If you are an adult in a student's life ready to watch them graduate and move on to the next chapter of their life, I hope that our graduation gives you lots of joy. If you are a teacher, I hope you are equally proud to see your students move on. To my classmates, something tells me they are very happy, as nervous as they should be, but less nervous than the guy giving the speech. Truthfully, though, every last one of us here today is entirely joyous and ready to celebrate us completing high school. This is our graduation up and out of high school at BART, and we all completed it. Except that this time around, something about this graduation is very unusual. Something feels entirely unreal. Some sort of cosmic fluke that will hopefully happen only once is bothering all of us. Something has caused us an immense deal of suffering, and that same something continues to haunt every corner of our social world. And you are wearing it on your face, and so am I. You are observing it by the distance of your chairs. You have possibly frowned one point or another in the past because you recognize it means we can't have a recession with delicious food after everything is said and done here. It is exactly what you think, the COVID-19. We can come here today and try to put a global crisis behind us, but I choose to bring it up because now I see something in it. This virus has been an enemy to us all in one way or another, but I do see something in it. I see the opportunity to extract a genuine message of hope that can inform the entire being of all of us, far beyond the reaches of the time that we spend here today. A message that can grow a lotus flower out of the mud that spans all of our pasts, our presents, and our futures. Take a deep breath. Come back to this present moment, this wonderful occasion. If I have changed your answer to how are you, do not worry, that was intentional. I want you to think of this occasion in the context of that turmoil which we've all had to live through in the past year. If I didn't know any better, I would fear that letting the impact of the virus rear its ugly head at my graduation would make things too unusual. Masks, 6 feet apart. It doesn't sound ideal. But now it feels like normal because we've all adapted to our environment, every last one of us. We take it on the chin. The virus, in all its ugliness, has affected all of our worlds, but today we stand strong, undivided, full of life force. And so a wave of negativity like that doesn't get a scratch out of any of us. We are standing right through it, impervious. And through the badness, there is a light, the seed of the lotus flower, the beautiful message that outweighs the overdone muddiness. Something to somehow make that pain heal us. I would like to share that message. That message for the present moment is that we are here. Yes. How did any of this happen? After 400 days that we all spent locked up in our rooms, cursed by the loneliness, entirely uncertain of this moment, right now, what it would look like, we secured the in-person graduation. It's official. We win. We cherish this present moment. We've come back together as one group, and as a testament to the figurative power and the physical celebration, we are here. And the fact of the matter is that we are living a glorious miracle. I am so happy to be here with all of my classmates, ready to graduate, celebrate, cherish this moment. And it is even more miraculous to the 30 of us that this moment seemed to come so quick. 6 past years of middle school and high school, so many days feel like they happened just yesterday. We are all here with 30 bright, perseverant, creative individuals. Even as I appeal to the present moment, we have to look back at the road we've all taken and respect those formative moments that made us who we are today. How can one cohort alone embody so many bold accomplishments and desirable outlooks on the social world? I don't know if any one person knows the answer, but I've seen it happen, and I can tell you what it takes. A line of outstanding educators, a desire for political justice, a trip to the concrete jungle, a walk down memory lane in all of our past classrooms, Spanish verb conjugation challenges and alphabet songs, not to mention the dash of pepper, the make-it-yourself biology quiz, the really delicious waffles, an old stone mill, a spectacularly long analysis paper on one rap album, or some fresh beats. And the list goes on. The accomplishments and personalities of my classmates that you see today are the result of our rich past, full of formative experiences and opportunities for change that we all excitedly grabbed and ran with. We could all reminisce about those glorious days until the sun went down. But somewhere along the way, experience was not so forgiving in its production of our characters. In fact, it is the mark of our adulthood that tells you that we had to endure an unforgiving trial of life. It had to happen. In one way or another, life found a way of shoving us to the wall, hurting us, breaking something, and leaving us pushed over in the mud. For some of us, these low points in our pasts were critically painful. They pained us enough to shatter something that we will not get back. I'm impervious now, but that's because I was vulnerable before. And I know there is a trial of life we have all experienced together. It's that same viral monster that finds a way to impact our lives, all of our lives. it left every last one of us pushed over in the mud again. What are we supposed to do through those painful days of our lives? When we are living through them, the answer is hard to see. If you let time do its work, though, bad days are bound to get clearer, and the seed to the lotus flower will come back to you again, like it always will. I'd like to share what I believe we must do with this pandemic in order to make our futures ones based on happiness. That message for our pasts and our futures is stop. When we are at our lowest points in life, it seems instinctual to stop. We put aside our responsibilities, our taught sensibilities, our seeking senses, to think about what we are doing. These moments trigger us to think deeply about ourselves. Who am I? What am I doing with myself? What will I do? What should I have done in the past? In an entirely non-physical moment, we have a conversation with ourselves. We stop. And why is that the only time that we stop? Why does it have to be during the bad times only? We as a society are trained to go without stopping every day. But what is so bad about this practice that we don't do it? I would love to have questions about myself answered, even during my best days. I'm not losing anything, and as far as I'm concerned, I have the person most qualified to tell me what I should do. I have myself. So, stop and think about your past and think about your future. You need to slow down. Give yourself attention. Right now, we are graduating. We are going off to college. We have the power to think about our past and make sure we repeat the good days that we've made and leave out the bad days. We have the power to think about the future, think about our careers, our path of studies, our way of life, and the entire trajectory of our lives. We have this power to correct ourselves. Make sense of the bad days. Listen to yourself. Look at your surroundings. Think about what you are doing. Stop. Stop right where you are and recognize that you are here. Cherish your beautiful world and your beautiful self right where you stand, and a lotus flower grows out of the mud. Thank you. I would now like you all to join me in welcoming senior student Micaiah Franklin to the stage.
Yeah. How's everyone doing this nice spring day, you know? At this time, thank you. At this time, I'd like to welcome the class of 2021's special guest speaker, Miss Ala Chalkava. Our senior class chose our wonderful history teacher from both 8th and our junior year to speak today. She has been the voice of the voiceless for BART for many years, and she's been a teacher that has impacted hundreds of students in her teaching career, especially our class. Even through COVID and the 2019 and 2021 and 2020 pandemic, she spread her kindness and love for our students and through the computer screen. It made it easier for all of us to understand material and to have some sense of normalcy. She's been the type of teacher that will never forget, and she'll fight until the battle is won. At this time, I'd like Ms. Chalkava to come to the stage and give our class and the audience with her powerful heart and words.
August 12th, 2016. The rug is on the floor, the books on the shelves, the lessons are planned, the feelings are all over. I've never taught in a middle school or as a mother of 2 children. But to be stopped by life's challenges is to avoid its greatest rewards. BART class of 2021, please meet Miss Cholokova, your new history teacher. Let's be friends. August 19, 2016. OMG. Are you always this wiggly? Is farting a normal form of greeting? Is there any way I can control the volumes of your voices? And why are you always flipping bottles? September 23, 2016. It's been a month. You are a remarkable group of students. You can derail a lesson with just one question. You can make a day better with just one joke. And even when doors get slammed and words become explosive, I can see how much you care. Someone threw a bottle all the way to the top window of the gym. It landed flipped on the windowsill. I look at it every night I leave a building. It is so balanced, so tranquil, so beautiful. I think it's judging me. November 18, 2016. New president, new reflections, new traditions. I brought in a candy jar and filled it with lifesavers. We call them brain food. How many can I take, you ask? As many as you feel is right, I answer. What does it even mean, you want to know? You'll have to figure this out on your own, I respond. At the end of each class, the jar is empty. I fill it in and continue teaching. I haven't had a lifesaver yet. I tell you that. March 8, 2017. Happy International Women's Day. There is a lot to celebrate. The rug is still there. The books are being read. I hide your bottles, Rubik's Cubes, and fidget spinners. I got some letters today. Maybe you like me after all. May 19, 2017. The portfolios are in. I read your introductions and realize how many walls have fallen. I read your subject reflections and see how much you have learned. I read your ambition statements and know that you will take over the world. You are a phenomenal class. It's been a privilege to help you grow. I have just found out I will be teaching you again in 11th grade. I can't wait to see you. I finally had my first lifesaver. August 19, 2019. The rug is on the floor, the books on the shelves, you're sitting in my classroom, and it feels like you have come back home. Some new people have joined your class. I love them already. December 21, 2019. I always knew you were remarkable, but you continue to blow me away. We had Russian tea with bread and butter today. As I sit down to our little feast, I realize how much I look up to you. You're strong, intelligent, and supportive. You have grown over time and formed bonds that connect families. You stand up for each other and build the world up. You listen and lead with compassion. You read books and write yourselves into the history that is missing. I can't wait to finish the year with you. March 12th, 2020. It's not just the flu. April 29, 2020. It's been so hard, but you show up. You do your work, and you continue to care so deeply that my heart is filled with hope for a better and brighter future. As much as I miss seeing your smiles, hearing your stories, and thinking about your thoughts, I couldn't be more proud of the incredible effort you're putting into this fight. You're fierce,
fearless, brilliant. We'll make it through. I can't wait to hug you on the other side. I forgot to turn off annotations in the Zoom meeting, and you began to doodle all over the assignment I was sharing. Silly, lovely, joyful doodles. They made my day. May 26, 2020. George Floyd was killed yesterday. As the video of his death circulates the world, you're coming to me. You have so many questions, but I have no answers. So I hold space for you and make sure you know how exceptional you are. And then we sit in silence. May 10, 2021. Today you asked me to speak at your graduation. You know this feeling when you want to cry, but tears seem frozen, and all you can do is blink and not pass away as your heart aches in agony? I think Dante described this as part of his Inferno, this inability to cry because tears make things easier. This is how I felt. Honored, overwhelmed, working hard on not passing out. Unable to cry. How can I ever do you justice? I love you so much. No matter what I say, it won't be good enough. Class of 2021, congratulations. You welcomed me 5 years ago, and you gave me the privilege of saying this final goodbye. Your BART journey has come to an end, but your life journey is just beginning. You have pushed yourselves to become readers, mathematicians, writers, scientists, artists, and scholars. You have learned to overcome injustices and supported each other in your fight. You have composed music, created art, filmed movies, and recorded history. You have mastered a new language, embraced your identity, and shared your culture. You have pointed out gaps in our education and filled in the missing pages of history textbooks. You have cared for your siblings, helped out your families, and inspired everyone around you. You have led on the basketball courts, in cross-country courses, in science fairs, and on stages of theaters. You have found your voice, your power, your strength. You've stood up, spoken out, and marched for change. You have crossed borders, climbed mountains. You've built bridges. You're strong. You're resilient. You're loving. You are thoughtful. There is nothing that can stop your brilliance. Your lives, your dreams, your future matters. Be brave. Go far and never extinguish your fire. And there is a lesson of the lifesavers. Do the right thing, even when nobody is watching. You mastered it a long time ago. Thank you for everything you have done. Thank you for everything we have become together. Congratulations. And now I would like to welcome Principal Keo.
If the sight of a grown man crying affects you negatively, you may want to avert your eyes. Before I move on, I do want to thank a lot of people. Making graduation happen in normal circumstances is always a lot of work. The fact that this has come together today and that we are making it happen is nothing short of remarkable. There were so many people involved in this, but I do want to give a round of applause to Miss Maselli, who's been scrambling for the last couple of days. So thank you. One of my least favorite parts about the principal's speech is you have to go last. You have to follow the keynote speaker. It feels like I sit here and listen, and many of my best themes are already taken. I'm still going to read the speech, don't get me wrong, but I just wanted to get that out front. But I've decided to lean into something different with this class, and I thank Ms. Chelikava for bringing this to our attention. I want to talk about tears. It seemed appropriate to me because I believe my history with this class truly begins when they saw me crying on a boat. I mean, sure, we knew each other before, but something fundamentally changed when you experience seafaring tears together. For those of you who are not there and who don't know this tale, let me set the scene. It was day 2 of the New York City trip, a beautiful April evening, and I was staring out at the Statue of Liberty, surrounded by these students before you. It was perfect, and I was overwhelmed. Reduced to incredulously repeating, "We're on a boat. We're on a boat." And at the time, I might have said it was a little mist from the water that sprayed into my eyes, but I'm comfortable now to say I was weeping. And you, students, reacted in perhaps the most age-appropriate fashion. That is to say, you pulled out your phones, recorded me, passed the videos around to your friends, and laughed. But I'm not mad at you. And those weren't the last tears we shared. It has been a long, hard year, and there have been some tough times, but that's not what I want to talk about today. Today I want to talk about some tears that you don't know about. Tears I shed one day last week, alone in my office, well after all the students had gone home. I had decided to save watching portfolios as my last task of the day. A little treat. I expected them to be good, but what I found was truly amazing. Student after student talked about the strength they drew from being part of this class. You spoke with honesty and authenticity. I heard how hard it was to be away from each other. I heard about the hard work you put in to stay connected while remote. But mostly, I heard about the joy you felt when you were back together and reconnecting. We talk a lot about academics at BART, and I am so proud of the gains you have made in this area. You put in long hours and sweat, and yes, tears. And the work has paid off. You're all headed to college. But what I realized while watching those portfolios was that if students could walk out of BART with only one skill, it would be the ability to make strong connections with people and speak honestly to the importance of those connections in their lives. Making connections is a skill that is in high demand right now. It is not an easy one, and many people lack the skills to do it. To be connected means taking risks. It's an act of bravery. There are moments in life when being disconnected feels easier. Less pain, less tears. And I know a lot of us felt that way this year. But here, on this day, alone in my office, I was reminded of why we do it. I was reminded of big booty games in the parking lot and of staring at rare vultures in the sky. I was reminded that allowing ourselves to reach out with our hearts to people and places helps us and others grow. It is simultaneously a selfish and selfless act, and one I truly believe can make the world better. Listening to you made me feel connected, despite being very much alone in that office, a place I'd been a lot that year. I was inspired. I was awed. I was reminded why I have come to love this school so much. I was deeply grateful for the reminders. I was really feeling a lot of things. And so I did what I do in those moments. I wept. And this time, there were no cameras around, and so I really let loose. I did wonder, however, if you were going to be able to share these thoughts with each other. Yes, possessing the skill to speak openly and honestly alone in your room is indeed an act of bravery. But could we say them to each other? That final act, I believe, to speak honestly about these connections is what helps communities build resilience. It is a skill I hope to find in all of the leaders, and one I hope I have modeled throughout my time here. So I spent as much time as I could with you this week. I watched as you continued to show up for each other, as you celebrated new successes, as you engaged in impromptu sing-alongs on the mountain, and imbued old traditions with new meaning. I was overjoyed with the conversations I was a part of and overheard in quieter moments with students as you talked about the importance of BART as both a place and a group of people. And then you stood in that circle and shared these things out loud with each other, and I knew these people got it. So as you prepare to leave today, here's what I want to share with you. What you did here was magical, but that doesn't mean it's not repeatable. All graduations are simultaneous endings and beginnings. And I know today, many of us feel like we are saying goodbye to this community. But I also want to remind you, you are entering a new phase of your life. Out there, you can make more connections like the ones you made here. You have proven that you have that ability, and I have heard you speak what you are looking for, and so I am confident that you will find it. It won't be easy, but you know this. I just keep thinking, if every one of you went out with these skills and built another community similar to the ones that you built here, what a better place the world will be. That's at least 30 more communities where people can learn and laugh and, yes, sometimes cry together. I believe we can make our world better, one small group at a time, and I believe you can be the leaders to make that change. And don't worry about us. We'll make sure that that we learn the lessons you taught us and keep building more communities like yours. And when you inevitably have your success, please come back and check in. We'll be excited to see you. Thank you all for all you have done and for letting me be a part of this community. Don't forget to email. I made it. All right. And with that, I would like to bring Ms. Maselli to the stage to announce scholarships.
Okay. After going the keynote speaker and the principal, I'm happy I have money to give out. In 2017, the Julia Bowen Bridge to College Scholarship was established to honor Berkshire Arts and Technology Charter Public Schools' founding executive director. Through her service to the school, Ms. Bowen demonstrated her commitment to supporting all students' successful path to and through college. In this spirit, the scholarship was created to provide financial assistance to BART alumni through their college career. Pay attention, class of 2021, you will be eligible for this next year. A scholarship of $1,000 will be awarded to a BART alumnus who has successfully completed year one of college. This year's recipients are Kylie Taylor and Nicholas Vigiano. If you're with us, I just ask that you give a wave. Today is a day of celebration, and apparently of rain, some wind, a collapsed tent this morning, but we are here. You are being celebrated for the excellence of your performance through your time here at BART. Many of you have made this day possible through persistence and hard work, through external or internal motivation, and through your love of both academics and your community, and we commend you for it. At this time, I would like to announce the recipients of local scholarships and awards. Seniors, if you hear your name, please take a moment to stand and be acknowledged. I will share with you at a later time how these scholarships will be awarded to you, so that will be forthcoming. The John and Abigail Adams Scholarship provides a tuition credit for up to 8 semesters of undergraduate education at a Massachusetts state college or university. To be eligible, students must score at the advanced level on one of the 3 MCAS tests, ELA, mathematics, or STEM, and score at the proficient level or higher on the remaining 2 MCAS tests. Additionally, charter school students have to have combined scores from the 3 tests that place them in the top 25% of students at the school they attend or the district in which they reside. This year's John and Abigail Adams Scholarship recipients are Ayana Belfay, Emma Danilin, Maya Gale, Miranda Ann Grant, Kyle Gwilt, Lindsay Gwilt, Olivia Jaco, Cameron Langsdale, Diego Mung, Cassandra Stockmall, Charles Waltemeyer, and Molly Weeks. There's that wind again. One of Adams Community Bank's core values is to support and promote our community. One way they have been actively doing so is by sponsoring numerous college information seminars throughout the year. This year's Adams Community Bank scholarships in the amount of $500, I'm losing papers, are awarded to Maya Gale and Micaiah Franklin. Excellent. I will find you after, again, to explain how these will be awarded to all of you. The Lions Club has strongly stressed the importance of community service and strives to improve their local communities in a variety of manners. This year, Lions Club of Adams Scholarship in the amount of $750 is awarded to Marco Iwasika. The Berkshire Ultra Running Community for Service Scholarship in the amount of $500 is awarded to Kyle Gwilt. The Big Y Scholarship Award for Academic Excellence in the amount of $500 is awarded to Kyle Gwilt. The Boys and Girls Club of the Berkshires each year awards a Youth of the Year in the amount of $2,000. This year's recipient is Kayla Saunders. Dalton Lampro from the BART class of 2013 was the first BART student to achieve a perfect score on his AP Art portfolio. In honor of his persistence in the face of obstacles, we have established the Dalton Lampro Award for the relentless pursuit of excellence in the arts and technology. This year's recipient has shown commitment to developing his craft and has produced an outstanding AP Art portfolio, Kai Eric Nielsen. The goal of the Emma Miller Scholarship is to provide support to graduating high school seniors who are residents of Adams, Cheshire, or Savoy for at least 2 years who will attend an accredited college, university, vocational, technical, or professional institute in the United States, and for whom this award will have a significant impact. This award is in the amount of $3,000 and is renewable for over 4 years. $12,000 if anyone wants the math. This year's recipient is Marco Iwasika. The Greylock Community Enrichment Scholarship is awarded to students who exemplify positive community spirit and demonstrate respect and concern for their peers in everything they do. Greylock recognizes the value of a college education and also recognizes the expense. The Greylock Community Enrichment Scholarship is to be applied toward tuition at a state-accredited or nationally accredited 2- or 4-year college. This year's recipient in the amount of $500 is Cameron Langsdale. Greylock Federal Credit Union is also honoring the scholastic achievement of an employee student who is continuing their education through a higher education program with the Greylock Scholastic Scholarship. The Greylock Scholastic Scholarship is to be applied toward tuition at a state-accredited or nationally accredited 2- or 4-year college. This year's recipient in the amount of $1,000 is Owen Brady. The Maple Grove Civic Club awards its scholarship in the amount of $250 to Nayeli Sakeda Sungrove. The Northern Berkshire County Youth Diversity Scholarship was put in place for the first time this year, offered by Cheese Chinese Cuisine. In the amount of $1,000, this year's recipient is Kayla Saunders. The William J. Newton Scholarship was organized for students who are attending a trade, vocational, or community college. This year's recipient in the amount of $1,000 is Miranda Ann Grant. I congratulate all the recipients of the awards on their outstanding achievements and remarkable personal growth. Remember, BART, your family, and your friends can help to lay the foundation. We can give good advice or help you down the right path, but the final forming of your character lies within your own hands. I have no doubt that every one of you in the class of 2021 will excel in your future roles and contribute to the future well-being of society, our nation, and the world at large. Congratulations. And now, the moment we've all been waiting for, most importantly, you. I would like to welcome back to the podium Principal Sean Keogh for the presentation of diplomas. Yep, I gotcha.
You guys ready for this? So parents, the students will call their name. They'll be receiving their diploma from Dr. White. Then they're going to make their way to these buckets for their just the winning shot. This is me with my diploma. So when you see your students coming, if you want to sneak down into this area for that prime picture, please do, and then just make your way out so the next families can come. And without further ado, we will begin to present diplomas to this remarkable class. Brandon Abram Bamba. Brandon will be attending the University of Massachusetts Lowell with an intended music and business major. Today, Brandon is celebrating new beginnings and dreams. Isaac Marcus Bamba. Isaac is attending the University of Massachusetts Lowell with an intended major in economics. Today, Isaac is celebrating completing high school. Ayana Amy Belfay. Ayana is attending Berkshire Community College with an intended major in psychology. She completed a course in introductory psychology at Berkshire Community College and mentored with the Elizabeth Freeman Center. Owen Michael Brady. Today, Owen is celebrating his last dance. Like MJ, he's retiring from high school. Mikey Allen Brassard. Today, Mikey is celebrating and exploring his passions within the field of art. He completed a college course in arts of the podcast at the Massachusetts College of Liberal Arts and mentored with Jacob's Pillow. Alexis Luz Chiquette. Alexis is attending Massachusetts College of Liberal Arts with an intended major in health sciences. Emma Victoria Danlin. Emma will be attending Bennington College with an intended major in etymology. Today, Emma is celebrating her resilience and strength and the new beginnings that college will bring her. Micaiah Ahijah Franklin. Micaiah will be attending Fitchburg State University with an intended major in business administration. He completed a course in world history to 1500 at Berkshire Community College and mentored with Mountain One. Maya Deandra Gale. Maya will be attending Northeastern University with intended majors political science and international affairs. She completed courses in Introduction to Interpersonal Communication, Introduction to Sociology, and World History to 1500 at Berkshire Community College and mentored with U.S. Homeland Security. Miranda Ann May Grant. Miranda will be attending Berkshire Community College. She completed courses in Introductory Sociology, Intro to Philosophy at Berkshire Community College, and Case Study Approach to Science at Massachusetts College of Liberal Arts. She mentored with U.S. Homeland Security. Kyle Evans Gwiltz. Kyles will be attending Williams College with an intended major in physics. He completed courses in digital circuits, elementary statistics, history to 1500, and introductory to psychology at Berkshire Community College, and art of the podcast, financial literacy, intro to chemistry, and web development at Massachusetts College of Liberal Arts, and global Chinese literature at Williams College. He mentored with SABC, and today Kyle celebrates the community of peers that have gone through middle school and high school with him. Lindsay Teresa Gwiltz. Lindsay will be attending Albany College of Pharmacy and Health Sciences, intended major clinical laboratory science. She completed course in Introduction to Astronomy in the Night Sky at Berkshire Community College, mentored with Berkshire Health System School of Medical Technology. Today, Lindsay is celebrating healing and personal growth. Y'all put a lot of words down here. Marco Rowan Iwasika. Marco will be attending Massachusetts College of Liberal Arts with an intended major in computer science. He completed courses in C++ programming and Introduction to Interpersonal Communication at Berkshire Community College and web development at Massachusetts College of Liberal Arts. He's currently taking a course in Essential Films
Essentials of Film at Massachusetts College of Liberal Arts. Today, Marco is celebrating the completion of college courses and his mortarboard. Olivia May Jaco. Olivia will be attending Berkshire Community College where she completed courses in introductory psychology and introductory sociology at Berkshire Community College and case study approach to science at Massachusetts College for the Liberal Arts. Currently, I'm enrolled in Art of Madness at Massachusetts College of Liberal Arts and mentored with the Elizabeth Freeman Center. Jaden Anthony Jimenez. Jaden will be attending Berkshire Community College and mentored with the Elizabeth Freeman Center. Cameron James Langsdale. Cameron will be attending Williams College with an intended major of linguistics. Today, Cameron is celebrating completing 7 years of education and 1 year worth of distance learning with the greatest class anyone could want. Hannah Elizabeth Lavardi Earl. Hannah will be attending Berkshire Community College with intended majors of business and film studies. She completed courses in Introduction to Interpersonal Communication, Introductory to Sociology, and Pre-Renaissance Art History at Berkshire Community College. She mentored with Jacob's Pillow, and today Hannah is celebrating her family. Kimberly Mary Miller. Kimberly will be attending Berkshire Community College with an intended major in business administration. She completed a night course in Introductory to Astronomy and the Night Sky at Berkshire Community College and mentored with Mountain One. Diego Jackson Mung. Diego will be attending Williams College with an intended major in music. Today, Diego is celebrating his feeling of preparedness and confidence in leaving high school. Kai Eric John Nielsen. Kai will be attending Lesley University with an intended major in animation and motion media. Today, Kai is celebrating the friends that have stuck with him through thick and thin. Eugene Kwaku Osei Kufor. Today, Eugene is celebrating himself. Sydney Faith Patterson. Today, Sydney is celebrating her acceptance to Berkshire Community College, her art journey, and her hard work. Amira Celeste Yael Reed. Jael. Amira will be attending Berkshire Community College with an intended major in business administration. She completed courses in fundamentals of computer literacy, introduction to interpersonal communication, and introductory sociology at Berkshire Community College. She mentored with Mountain One. Kayla Amaya Saunders. Kayla will be attending Westfield State University, intended major criminal justice, completed course in the Intro to Oral Communications at Berkshire Community College, and mentored with the Pittsfield Police Department. Nayeli Paola Sikeda Sungurov. Nayeli will be attending BART College with an intended major in foreign languages. She completed courses in Introduction to Interpersonal Communication and World Geography at Berkshire Community College. Max Alex Stanley. Today, Max is proud of completing high school and pursuing the culinary arts industry. Cassandra Abigail Stockmall. Cassandra will be attending Delaware Valley University with an intended major in small animal science. Today, Cassie is celebrating following her passions and purpose. Charles David Waltermeyer. Today, Charlie is celebrating his imminent attendance at Boston University with the intended major of engineering. Molly Rebecca Weeks. Molly will be attending Ursinus College, intended majors Business History and Museum Studies, completed courses in Introductory Psychology at Berkshire Community College, mentored with the Adams Free Library. Tatum Rose Winston. Tatum will be attending Salem State University with an intended major in psychology, completed courses in Introductory Psychology at Berkshire Community College, and mentored with Jacob's Pillow. Before I bring Dr. White up to the stage for one last ceremonial task, one more large round of applause for the class of 2021.
Graduates, you are now part of an academic history that stretches back hundreds and hundreds of years. It comprises a collection of sometimes odd traditions. The tassel on your mortarboard is one of those. The tassel is a sign of academic accomplishment. How it is worn signifies that accomplishment. If you wear it to the right, it means that you are worthy of the accomplishment. If you wear it to the left, it means that you have attained that accomplishment. So, with your tassel right now on the right, on the count of 3, and we're going to count together from 1 to 3, I ask that you move your tassel from the right to the left when we reach 3, okay? So, together. Everybody stand also, because I want us to all watch you. Okay. Okay. Let's start counting. 1, 2, 3. Move it. Ladies and gentlemen, with their last official act done, I present to you the graduating class of 2021.
The old stone mill, rag room, stone mill, rag room.